Okay, Monday onwards, anyway, it's after break. So I'll try to join 10 minutes before only, 5 minutes before. Somebody wants to join, you want to ask something, you can feel free to ask today with just on time. Okay, yesterday I gave a lot of information, so today better to go ahead with the class. Matrices and determinants. Okay, yesterday if you kept a date, you can just change it for today's date because we did not start anything yesterday. Okay. This is one thing I should say. Whatever we are studying in intermediate these 2 years, they form very good base for for a very high level applications. Sometimes very high level application maths, they involve what you study in this 11th and 12th. Okay, especially of late, even though I'm not a computer science in that field, I'm studying mechanical engineering, but just exploring a little bit about machine learning and artificial intelligence and all. And there are some students who passed out from Ascent and right now studying in IITs. Some is doing PhD in US and all. They're doing in this field. That all is all about the maths. The lot of things are based on what we study in these 2 years. Maths and determinant, that is linear algebra, part of it. It is studied extensively later on. And I also said how it is important. All of you are able to hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And anybody missed yesterday's class? Not there in my class yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Those are not there in my class yesterday. At the end of the class, I will talk to you. I'll tell you some information. Well, maybe I can send you in WhatsApp later on. I'll interact with you. Okay. So those who are not there in my class yesterday, just follow. I did not teach anything yesterday. Right now, I'm starting a lesson. If you have a new notebook, on one side, you can start maths and determinant. That is sufficient for the time. So, maths and determinants chapter is a very important topic. In the beginning, it is easy. Later on, we have some complicated things. In the beginning, a lot of terminology that we have to learn. Okay? And as I said, most of the notes is already there in our Ascent mains material, and in IP textbook, it is there. I'll show you. You don't have to write. When I say you write, at that time you write. Otherwise, just listen. Okay, first of all, matrix. It is basically a set of real numbers written in the form of rows and columns. Let's say generally we represent with a bracket like this, or we represent with a bracket like this. They'll have some elements, real numbers. You can, or complex numbers also you can write. I can write 2 here, I here. What is complex number right now? Don't worry, but it can be real or complex. Okay, 7 here, some A, B, C, D, some L, M, and O. You can write 0, 0, 0, 5, 3, 2, 9, 4, 3, something. Okay, by putting those elements in a bracket like this, sometimes we can even put a sine theta in it. Okay, or any kind of expressions which are basically real or complex numbers. How many rows it will have and how many columns it will have if you write in proper order. For example, this one has 3 rows and it has 4 columns. Okay, so we write 3 by 4. We call this as order of a matrix. Order of a matrix is number of rows and number of columns. In between, put a cross symbol, but we don't treat it as 3 into 4. We say 3 cross 4 or 3 by 4. That is the order of the matrix. What is the order of this matrix?
3 by 3. 3 by 3, sir.
3 rows and 3 columns.
3 cross 3.
Yes. If I take 1, 5, 9, 7, 4. What is the order of this?
1 by 1.
1 by 4.
5, sir.
1 by 5.
1 row and how many
1
columns?
by 5, sir.
1 by 5. Okay. And if I take 9, 3, 2, 5.
5 by 1. 4 by 1.
4 by 1.
4 by 1.
4 by
4
1.
rows and 1 column. Okay. How many rows means horizontal, column means vertical. First number tells you rows, second number tells columns. Okay. We have different types of matrices within the matrix. Some are called square matrices. Okay, this is not a square matrix, this is not a square matrix, but it is a square matrix. In whichever matrix, number of rows and number of columns are equal, that is called a square matrix. You can have, that is only 1 by 5, it's a 1 by 1 square matrix. you can have 2, 3, 9, 7. 2 rows and 2 columns. It is a 2 by 2 square matrix. That is a 3 by 3 square matrix. You can have 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 5, 7, 9, 2, 3, 4, minus 2, and some 7, minus 6, 2, 4. 4 rows and 4 columns. It is called 4 by 4 matrix. Okay, next, this matrix, which has only one row, you can have 1 column or 2 column or 5 column or 100 columns, doesn't matter. Only one row, it is called row matrix. Only one column, it will be called column matrix. Okay. So I'll just show these definitions on the board, they're on the screen. You don't have to write them, just for the sake of looking at them. All of you can see the screen share?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is Ascent mains material. Part of it I'm sharing to you. I will send to you this after 1 o'clock in the group. Okay. Ascent mains material, advanced material, I'll send. The whole year book I'll send. At the same time, the big PDF somebody may not be able to open every time. I'll send only maths and determinant that PDF also separately, so that it will be only few pages you can open. Did you find this idea useful for saving those WhatsApp files in another group called dump or something?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Because many times in this group, lot of chart will be coming. Different students will be sending different chart. If you delete,
Yes,
some files will be deleted. Better to save in another folder. Okay. So you can download in your computer. Okay. Matrix definition, you can see it. Don't have to write it. A set of m and real or complex numbers arranged in the form of a rectangular array of m rows and n columns is called an m by n matrix. They have written this. I'll explain what is A11, A12, and all that. In compact form, the above matrix can be written as a square bracket like this, Aij. What is this I and J? I'll explain. Okay. Where I is between 1 and m, J is between 1. Okay. Look at the last line here. That is what I'm highlighting. A matrix having m rows and n columns is said to be of order m by n, read as m cross n or m by n. Now, types of matrices. Row matrix. A matrix have only one row is called row matrix. Column matrix. A matrix having only one column is called column matrix. Next, a null matrix or zero matrix. If in a matrix all the elements are zeros, it may be 2 by 2 matrix, it may be 3 by 2 matrix, or it may be any order, doesn't matter. All elements are zero. Then it is called null matrix. Generally, we represent with letter O. And down below, you can write its order. O 2 by 2 means null matrix of order 2 by 2. O 3 by 2 means null matrix of order 3 by 2. 3 rows and 2 columns. Square matrix. A matrix in which the number of rows is equal to number of columns is called a square matrix. Okay. So whatever I told, I just showed you the notes, which you don't have to copy. Because if I try to spend a lot of time writing all that and you copy, it will take a lot of time where I cannot do more questions later on. That's the reason. Okay. Now, normally, like in coordinate geometry, you tell any point what is this distance, what is this distance, to tell its x coordinate and y coordinate. In the same way, to identify any element here, you have to tell in which column it is, which row it is. It is like an address. Like we tell we are in so and so street, in so and so house number, like that. If this is capital A matrix, this element we write A11. If this is capital A, we write small a. 1, 1. The first one tells you it is in first row, and this number one tells you it is in first column. So obviously the next element will be A12. Okay. It is in first row and it is in second column. Let's say first number tells you which row it is, second number tells you which column it is. Next number will be A13, next number will be A14. If at all this is m by n matrix, the last element will be A1n, first row and nth column. What is this element will be? What will be here?
A21.
A21.
Yes, A21. Okay. And this one is A22 and A23. Second row, second column, second row, third column, second row, fourth column, and things like that. Okay. Okay, so every element can be written as A, I, J. Okay, that I and J tells you it is an ith row and jth column. That's why we write a matrix A as A, I, J, M by N. Like this we write sometimes. It means it is a matrix of order M by N. That's what it is. This is a way of representing that. Just to become familiar, why don't you write directly first one? I'm giving a question itself, okay? Not without any theory, okay? Construct a 2 by 3 matrix such that Aij is equal to 2i plus 3j. Aij, if you are not able to say that, it will bigger. Aij is equal to 2i plus 3j. Okay, satisfying this definition, you have to construct a matrix. So A 2 by 3 means obviously we'll have 2 rows and 3 columns. So definitely something here, something here, something here, something here, something here, something here. 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay, what will be here?
Sir, A1.
A1.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah. You can find the value, simplify and tell me. Yeah, somebody tell me what are you getting finally?
5, 8, 11.
7,
5, 8, 11. Okay.
7, 10,
7.
10.
13. Okay. Okay. Just to become familiar with this notation, that's all. Otherwise, very silly question. Okay, in this chapter, mostly I don't give any theory to you. I'll tell orally and I'll do some questions. And in the mains material, I will do all the odd numbered questions in the class. Even though some are easier, we'll just do it. All the even numbers you can do as homework. Whenever I announce.
This is a problem, sir.
No, I'll tell you, let's say I cover enough theory. I'll tell you in first 30 questions, I'll discuss odd numbers. That day I'll tell you do even numbers up to 30. At that time you have to do. Is it okay? Is that you are asking?
Sir, I'm asking, should we copy this problem?
This question you should copy in the class. Just write the question and write this notes. That's all. For you, is the board clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, I'm just erasing this. Okay, so we have seen what is null matrix, what is square matrix, and all. Within square matrices, there are many types of matrices. Okay, in the beginning, we don't use them in questions, but just to know the terminology. Okay, one of them is called upper triangular matrix. Okay, upper triangular matrix. Don't write it. Just listen. Upper triangular matrix. What is upper triangular matrix? First of all, let us say I take 5, 7, 9, 4, 3, 2, some 9, 7, 6. These three are called diagonal elements. Or what are elements are like this? One may say this is also one diagonal, but we always deal with this diagonal. We never deal with this. That's why sometimes we use the word principal diagonal, main diagonal or principal diagonal. These are called diagonal elements. And like we are telling A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, so on, like this. What is the, when you write like this, what is the specialty of the diagonal elements?
The row number and the
column number are same.
Yeah, whenever I say Aij where I equal to j, that means I am referring to diagonal elements. A11, A22, A33, A4, 4 like. And when I say Aij and where I is not equal to j, then I am referring to all the non-diagonal elements. Let us say if somebody can say, what is this? Aij where I is greater than j. What does these elements represent?
First column, sir.
In the same column, sir.
first column.
No, wait. I is variable, j is also variable. But I number is greater than j number. All those elements put together where they are.
Sir, in the right side of the
Top right side of the diagonal elements.
Yes, it is above the diagonal. Everything on the right side of the diagonal are above the diagonal. Because row number should be, below the diagonal. Am I right? No, above the diagonal.
Yes,
okay.
Below the diagonals. Below the diagonal.
Below the diagonal. Row number should be greater than column number. Here, row number and column number are equal. What is this? A21. You can see row number is greater than column number. What is this? A31. Row number is greater than column 1. What is this? A32. Row number is greater than column 1. So you take even the very big matrix. Let us say this is a 100 by 100 matrix. Okay. Still, you will have A11, A22, A23, and here A100, 100. A33. Sorry. These are the diagonal elements. I greater than G means all these elements. Everything below the diagonal. Is it clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
I less than j means what?
Okay, above the diagonal.
Above the
Everything above the diagonal, right? Okay. So now, if I have a square matrix, let us say 7, 5, 3, 2. Here 9, 4, 6. Here let us say 5, 0, 2, 3, and 9. 0, 5, 2, 3, 0, 0, 9, 4, and 0, 0, 0, 7. Something like this. Okay. This matrix is a square matrix, no doubt. It has 4 rows and 4 columns, and these are diagonal elements. Okay. This matrix is called upper triangular matrix. You don't have to write, just understand. That's all. Upper triangular matrix. Why it is called upper? Because all these zeros doesn't have any value as such, right? So most of the matrix is concentrated here. So it is. Some people think zeros are here, so it is called lower triangle matrix. No, zeros doesn't have any importance in a sense. Everything above matrix plays some role. That's why it is called upper triangular matrix. And 7, 5, 9, 7, or any other numbers I can take. Let us say 2, 0, 0, 5, 7, 0, 0, 9, 4, 3, 0, 1, 7, 6, 4. Anything below the diagonal, okay, if they are not 0, but above the diagonal all are 0. Okay, that is called lower triangular matrix. Because this. Sometimes few elements may be 0 here. Okay, we are not worried about this. Okay, so I can tell in theoretically that this upper triangular matrix, this is lower triangular matrix. But if I want to write it, can I say this one like this? Aij should be 0 whenever I is greater than j. Then am I describing this only or not?
Yes.
Sir.
So already I said, for all these elements, row number is bigger than column number. And whenever row number is bigger than column number, that element should be 0. That's why it is upper. And lower triangular matrix. How should I define it?
Aij is equal to 0 and I is less than 0.
Whenever I is less than g. Okay. These elements. But in this definition, it doesn't tell you that these elements should not be 0. Some of them may be 0. Okay, but these should be 0. That is important here. These should be 0. That is important. Rest of the elements non-zero, it is not compulsory. Is it all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you take a matrix, let us say 7, 0, 0, 0, 9, 0, 0, 0, 6, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 7. Something like this. 0, like this. Can I say this is both lower triangular matrix and upper triangular matrix both?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Below the diagonal elements are 0, the upper triangular matrix. Above the diagonal elements are 0, it's called lower triangular matrix. It satisfies both. It is both upper triangular matrix and lower triangular matrix. It has another name called diagonal matrix. Okay, how to define it? Anybody want to say?
Sir,
The elements other than the diagonal should be 0.
Aij is 0 whenever I is not equal to j. Correct? Whenever I and j are different,
Yes, sir.
Aij should be 0. That covers all these elements, all these elements. Once again, this doesn't say that these elements should not be 0. If this is 0 also, still it is the diagonal matrix. If this is -2 diagonal matrix, this is 0 also diagonal matrix. In fact, I can put everything also, still it is diagonal matrix. So diagonal elements may be 0, may not be 0. But other than diagonal, rest of the elements should be 0. Let's say this is 5, this is 3, this is 4, this is -2. Now, sometimes to save the place, no, let us say I want to write a 100 by 100 matrix. Only diagonal elements are there, rest all are 0. What a waste of space for writing so many zeros. So there is a short way to write. For example, I'll write this as DIAZ. Okay, like this. 5, 3, 4, -2. You know, what does it mean? A diagonal matrix whose diagonal elements in order are 5, 3, 4, -2. Okay. So this matrix can be written like this just to save the place. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Actually, the names itself tells you everything. So you don't have to by heart these things. Okay. Now, let us say I put 9 here, 9 here, 9 here, 9 here. Okay. Is this a diagonal matrix?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In diagonal matrix, it is something special where all the diagonal elements are equal. There is a name for it. It is called scalar matrix. Scalar matrix means it is diagonal element and all diagonal elements are equal. I can define like this. Aij is equal to 0 if I is not equal to j, and equal to k if I equal to j. That means A11 should be k, A22 should be k, A33, A44, all diagonal elements should be k, all the non-diagonal elements should be 0. So I can tell in words that other than diagonal elements, rest of them are 0 and all diagonals are equal, or I can write simply like this. Both tells you the same thing. Okay. So now, can I say null matrix is also a scalar matrix?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This k can be 0 also. All can be 0, all can be 1, all can be 2, all can be -5. All over. Okay, so we talked about upper triangular matrix, lower triangular matrix. If it is both, we said it is diagonal matrix. Within diagonal matrix, we talked about scalar matrix. Within scalar matrix, there is one matrix where if you put 1 here, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. This is called, yes, it's called
matrix.
Unit matrix or identity matrix. If somebody know about matrices already, do you want to tell me the reason why it is called identity matrix? If you don't know, it's okay, nothing to worry. But only by chance.
Because the elements are same, sir.
Because the elements are same and equal to 1. Okay. Any other reason anybody want to say identity matrix?
Diagonal
Sir,
elements.
Yes, somebody saying diagonal something.
So identity itself is equating some function to 1, sir. So when it is 1, we say it identity matrix.
Okay, all right. Anybody want to say anything else? Okay. So there is a reason it's called identity matrix. Of course, 1 itself refers to identity. That is right. I will explain this later. Okay, but I'll give you an idea because I have not yet told about multiplication of matrices. That's why I'm giving. If I take addition operation in real numbers, you want to talk about addition. Okay. What is identity element in addition operation?
0.
You take any real number, add 0, you will get the same number. That's why 0 is called identity element in addition operation. Okay. If I take 5, what is the additive inverse of 5?
Minus 5.
-5.
In fact, that is the very definition of minus 5. Okay. 5 plus some number which gives you identity element 0, that number is called minus 5. Okay. In multiplication operation, okay, x into something will give you x. What is that number? 1. So in a multiplication operation, identity element is 1, right? Okay. And x into something will give me 1. What is that?
1 by x.
1 by x.
And that is called the multiplicative inverse of x, right? Okay. So basically, identity element means if you do operation with that, same element should come. Whether it may be addition, it may be multiplication, it may be something else. That is called identity element. And if you do operation with a number, if identity element comes, that is called inverse. Okay. Sometimes people ask, what is 1 by 0? Okay. So first of all, 1 by x, the only definition of 1 by x is the multiplication inverse of x. If somebody asks you what is 1 by 0, the answer should be, sorry, question is wrong. Why question is wrong? 0 into any number, will it give you 1?
No. 0.
No.
Yes,
If it gives you, that is called 1 by 0. But there is no such number. So 0 doesn't have a multiplicative inverse. So if somebody asks you 1 by 0, you should say it is equal to multiplicative inverse of 0, and it doesn't exist. That is the answer. Okay. Otherwise, actually, question is wrong. Yes. Okay. Now I am telling all this so that at least in your mind it stays what is identity element. The same way, you take any matrix, multiply with suitable size of this 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 something. Yeah, I may write 4 by 4 here. I may write 3 by 3. I may write 2 by 2. If you multiply these two, again you'll get this matrix only back. That is the reason it is called identity matrix. But I did not tell you how to multiply two matrices. What the definition? When I talk about multiplication, I'll remind you of this at that time. So right now, just take it the word. Like you have taken diagonal matrix, you have taken scalar matrix. It is a name where in a square matrix, if all the diagonal elements are 1, okay, rest of the elements are 0, it is called identity matrix. As simple as that. Okay, so just I'll show you on the material that all these are there, just to quickly show, that's all. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We can see on the screen right on the top upper triangular matrix. Okay, we simply defined as Aij is 0 whenever I is greater than j. You can see here only 1 0 is here, and here 3 zeros. I want to annotate, somehow I'm not getting option. Lower triangular matrix. Okay, they gave it some examples and the same definition that I gave you. And the diagonal matrix, Aij is 0 whenever I not equal to j. And one way of representing is DIAZ, A11, A22, so on up to AN. There some examples are given of diagonal matrix. Scalar matrix, where the diagonal elements are equal. And then lastly, identity or unit matrix. Okay, now I'll talk about equal matrices and sum of two matrices. They're actually very simple. Okay, if you want to say two matrices are equal, okay, then First of all, their order should be same. If this is 3 by 5 order, this also should be 3 by 5 order. Not just order is same, every element should be same. If 7 is here, there should be 7 here. If 9 is here, there should be 9. If you want to tell A equal to B, first of all, the order of A and order of B should be same. And Aij should be same as Bij for every I and j. Okay. Basically, they should be exactly same. Just for definition, we are telling that. That is for equality of two matrices. So sometimes you may have very simple questions like this. No, in the beginning, sometimes things are very easy because to become familiar with the language, they may give you 7, don't write, 7, 9, 4, 2. They may tell 2x minus 5, 2y minus 7x, 9z minus 4, 10w minus 6. Ask what is x, y, z, w. Equate this and this will get x value, equate this and this, put x will get y, equate this and this will get z, equate this and this will get w, things like that. Okay, so addition operation, how to add two matrices. Listen, I can add two matrices any way I want, but there is one proper definition. Okay, especially the multiplication, when I tell about matrices, it looks very odd. 2, 5, 7, 9. Let us say 1, 2, 3, 4. One may say I'll directly multiply 2 into 1, 2, 5 into 2, 10, 7 into 3, 21, 9 into 4, 36. Nothing wrong if the earlier mathematicians, they would have defined like this, that multiplication of two matrices means simply multiply corresponding elements. Okay. Sorry, but some people who are born before us, okay, they did not define like this. Okay. Why this is called board? I can call this a Timbuktu. Na? I can say I'm writing on the Timbuktu. Look at the Timbuktu. Why it is called board?
So because some person named it.
Some our parents are teachers. Somebody told board. Some childhood were okay. Why this is called pen? Or why this is called cloth? Okay. They would have called this as Alkapalooza. Then we say, give me Alkapalooza. Just don't worry about what is Alkapalooza and don't search in Google what is Alkapalooza. Some stupid word I'm coining it. Okay, so these are just names. You can call why it's called matrix. They would have called something else. Okay, whatever they fix, you can ask. So they just fix. In the same way, addition is defined in a particular way. Multiplication is defined in a particular way. What the use of that you may find later on. Okay, but in the beginning you have to just accept it. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I don't want to be distracted, but let me ask you one simple question. Let us see if somebody can answer this. If I take any two masses in the space, okay, they will attract or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why do they attract? Why two masses in space they attract each other?
Because there is a gravity.
Because they have opposite.
They don't have any charges. They have masses.
There is a gravitational attraction between them.
Yeah, there is a gravitational attraction between them. Okay. The purpose I'm asking this question, not to delve with physics, but what I want to tell is, sometimes we use a word, okay? Actually, there is a phenomena. We give a name to that phenomena and we say that is the cause. Sorry, it is not because of gravitational attraction they are attracting each other. No. There is an attraction between two masses that is called gravitation. Am I correct or wrong?
Yes.
Okay. Now you gave the word to that phenomena called attraction between two masses, gravitation. And if somebody asks you what is the cause for the attraction between two masses, you are telling gravitation. Is it not cheating?
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So frankly, the answer is we don't know why they are attracted. Okay. What is the cause behind which is produced? That means attraction is there. It is following some laws. We know all that. But why there is attraction, we don't. Understand now what I'm saying? Okay, anyway, just I'll give you a contemporary example. If some of you read newspapers and all, anybody heard the word inflation?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. What is the inflation? What does it mean? The word English? Inflation.
Increase in prices of some.
Okay. So now if you ask anybody, Why prices are increasing in the market so much? They say because of inflation. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
But actually what? The increase of price is called inflation. What do you say? Because of inflation. That is not, you give a word to a phenomenon and you just say that word is the cause. It is meaningless, right? Okay.
Yes.
Some of you did not understand, don't worry.
Yeah.
So anyway, my point is, you can use any word for anything. If some people are born to, before us, they define something, we just have to follow it. Okay, we cannot change it. Okay, anyway, coming back to this matrices. If you want to add two matrices, only two things. First of all, they should have same order. If they have different order, we cannot add. And how to add? Simply add corresponding element. Let us say this is 2, 5, 7, 9 and this is 1, 4, 3, 2. Okay. Now if you add them, 2 plus 1 is 3, 5 plus 4 is 9, 7 plus 3 is 10, 9 plus 2 is 11. That's all. Okay. I can even, for example, put one more column here. Let's say 6, 3. Here 4, 7. 6 plus 4 is 10 and 3 plus 7 is 10. Okay. That's it. Just add the corresponding element. That is the definition. Okay. Now if somebody says 2, 5, 7, 9 and let us say 1, 4 or 2, 5, 7, 9, 1, 6, 3. What is the answer? You say it is not defined. This addition is not possible. Is it clear? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If at all you want to write as a definition, okay, it is there in the book, just listen only. If C is equal to A plus B, capital C, capital A, capital B, okay. First of all, this and this should have same order and the final matrix also will have same order as that. If this is order 2 by 3, this is order 2 by 3, the what you get is also 2 by 3. And Cij, small Cij, I can write small aij and small bij. If you want second row, third element of this matrix, take second row, third element of this matrix and second row, third element of this matrix and add them. You get second row, third element of this. Okay, so that is this definition. So if somebody asks you what is the definition of addition of matrices, simply you have to say this. That's all. Okay. And in addition, we have all like in real numbers, we talk about what you call closure law, commutative law, associative law, identity law, inverse law. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes.
What is
Yes,
closure
sir.
law?
Yes, sir.
For example, if you take natural numbers, if you add two natural numbers, what you get is also
Natural.
that is called a closure law. Like that, if you add two matrices of same order, what we get is also a matrix of the same order. That is called closure. Next, what is associative law? Here, the commutative law. Whether you add A plus B or B plus A, it will come same. Because if I add 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2 same, here also same like that. Similarly, what is that? Associative law means A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Whether you add these two first and then add this, or you add these two first and then add this, they are actually same. Next, A plus null matrix will give A. There is a matrix which by adding you will get the original matrix back. That is called a null matrix. It is also called identity. I don't want to use the word identity matrix because it is already reserved for multiplication. Identity element in additional operation. I can say that, but it's a null matrix. A plus, there is a matrix which gives you answer as null matrix that we call minus A, which is additive inverse of that. Okay. So these are all simple things. I don't have to state it and write it. It is there in the notes. Okay. Let us say if I have A is equal to 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 3. What is 3A means? 3A means you can understand two ways. A plus A, add 3 times. Or multiply every element with 3. This is called scalar multiplication. You want to multiply a matrix with scalar. Each and every element should be multiplied. 3 5s are 15, 3 7s are 21, 3 2s are 6, 3 4s are 12, 3 6 are 18, 3 3s are 9. Later on, we are going to study about determinants later on. Then, in determinant, when you multiply 3, it is not this way. It is slightly different. You don't multiply every element. You multiply only one row or one column. But matrix means each and every element. If I want to write definition, I should write like this. KA means it is K-A-I-J. That means every element should be multiplied with K, put it in a matrix. That is called K. That's all. For example, in this, if I want 10A, what does it mean? Here 50 will come, here 70, here 20, here 40, here 60, and here 30. That's all. Multiply everything with 10. Okay. So now, as I said, in the mains material, first of all, in IP textbook, the first exercise is all about addition. Very simple questions. You can just finish in 5 minutes later on in your homework book. Next, in mains material also, I don't have to do such simple questions, but I wanted to do all the odd numbered questions in the class. That's why we are going to do few simple questions on addition. This you write in your class notes. Okay. This is essential mains material of matrix and determinants. I'll show the questions on the screen and discuss questions on the board, solutions, so that we will save time of not writing the question.
Sir, can you send this in the WhatsApp group later?
I'll definitely send after class. Do you want me to send right now?
So can you send it right?
Just send it. Send it now. We'll download it.
Okay, I can send it right now. Let me stop. Just a minute, I'm saying. I'm sending two files. One is mains and one is advanced. Open the mains one. The very first chapter is this. Okay, did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll also send only matrix and determinant separate PDF from the same file so that you don't have to open use file every time. Okay. So anyway, you don't have to open it. I'm sharing the screen. So whenever I'm discussing solution, look at the board. Whenever you want to see the question, look at this. Okay. Even though even numbers are easy, don't do them now. You want to do them, you have to do in the homework book, not in the class notes. Only odd numbers will do right now in the class. So coming to very first question, they gave matrix A as 2, 3, 1, 0, -1, 5, and B as 1, 2, -1, 0, -1, 3, and they gave one matrix as 1, 0, 5, 0, 1, 1. Now they're asking what it is. So 2A minus B, A minus 2B, some options were there. Okay. So A is given.
Sir, it is in what page number?
You want to know the page number?
2A minus 3B.
Yeah. Page number 23.
Okay.
Because in the beginning, a lot of theory is there of 20 pages, so that's why you're not able to find it. Yeah. So you can take each option and do it. Okay. Especially in objective question, it is quite possible to verify sometimes from the options. This is one thing I wanted to say, not just for this question. Sometimes there is a question which is very complicated and very nice question. But if options are given, somebody can easily manage with the options, especially trigonometry questions. Okay. You can take theta 10 degrees or 45 degrees or 30 degrees, substitute in the question, substitute in the option, whichever are equal, they're equal. Like that you can manage without actually using the full trigonometry. Okay. It may be nice that you completed that question at that time, but you are not learning the skills of how to solve that question. Okay. So whenever you do any question from the options, nothing wrong. Please see how to do it subjectively also. Okay. So I can do from the options and do it, nothing wrong. Instead of that, I am going to deal it differently. I am going to assume it as some x into a plus y into b. Some number into a plus some number into b will give me this. I don't know what is that. Okay, now let me find it. Okay, this you have to write in your class notes. Okay. In the place of a, I can substitute this 2, 3, 1, 0, minus 1, 5. And this one is 1, 2, minus 1, 0, minus 1. I said how to multiply the scalar, multiply every element. So in the next step, I need to write 2x plus 3x, not plus 8, sorry, 2x, 3x, x, 0, minus x, 5x. And then here y, 2y, minus y, 0, minus y, 3. So I multiplied x everywhere here, multiplied y everywhere here. Then add the corresponding elements. This is 2x plus y, this is 3x plus 2y, this is x minus y, this is 0, this is minus x minus y, this is 5x plus 3. Now we can add equate corresponding elements. Whenever two matrices are equal, corresponding elements should be equal. So we will get 2x plus y equal to 1 from this and this. 3x plus 2y is equal to 0. From this and this, we will get x minus y equal to 5. From this, 0 equal to 0 not useful. So minus x minus y equal to 1. 5x plus 3y equal to 1. I don't need all this. I have only two unknowns. I need two equations, so I can use any two. If I do this, somebody said, what is the answer for x and y?
X is equal to 2 and y is equal to minus 3, sir.
Okay, x equal to 2, y equal to minus 3. When you put it back, the required answer is 2a minus 3. Okay. But somebody can verify from the options, okay? But this is subjective way of doing it. Okay, somebody completed. I am showing third question on the screen. You can solve third question. Those are not completed. You can look at the board and try to copy this.
Sir, could you please explain the last part again?
Okay. I equated this final thing to the given matrix. This element, first row, first element to first row, first element. I said how to equate two matrices, right? Equate this to this, this to this, this to this, this to this, like that. That's how I got this equation. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. After that?
After that, you solve. There are 5 equations. You have only 2 unknowns. Any 2 equations, you solve it. You know, 2 linear equations in terms of x and y, you know how to solve it. Add them, subtract them, eliminate x, you'll get y, eliminate y, you'll get x, like that. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now that x equal to 2, put it here. That y equal to minus 3, put it here. You got 2a minus 3. Anybody, any doubt, small or big? Please feel free to ask. Anybody still have any doubt regarding this question? I hope you are able to switch between the shared screen and the video, whichever you want, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
One more thing before I forget. Yesterday I gave my number. Once again I'm giving 96528 23446. Okay. I want everybody to send your name and whichever mobile you have that you are going to use for classes, that phone number and roll number. Your roll number, your name, and whichever number you want to use it for the classes. Send me to that personally, because I want to store all your numbers in my mobile. I want to feed them so that whenever somebody sends a message to me, I don't have to see who it is. I can know the name of the person. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Roll number and an admission number.
Roll number, admission number, both are same. That 6-digit number that you are using now, that one.
Okay.
Okay, admission number. Okay, name, admission number, and your mobile number which you are using it. Okay, just please send to me in WhatsApp to this. Okay, that is one thing. Those who missed yesterday's my class, when you are sending this message, you just mention that you missed yesterday's class. I will give you the video of yesterday's class. You can just listen to the important instruction that I gave us. Okay.
Sir, can I tell the third answer?
Yeah, what is the third answer?
I got it as C bits.
Okay. Don't send these messages now. You are in the class. Focus on the class. Send after 1 o'clock. After physics class is also over. And I may create another WhatsApp group. I already talked to Patnaik sir. I call it as maths homework group. Sometimes I'll ask you to submit homework in that group. Sometimes I'll ask you to submit in Class Plus app. Okay, which I think yesterday they gave you some instructions about how to download that app and all, right?
Yes.
Yeah. If somebody has some issues with that, I think you can send a message in the group. Somebody will respond how you to open that Class Plus app. So in Class Plus app also, there is a way you can submit the homework. I think all the teachers will ask you to submit later on. But maths homework group also I'll create in WhatsApp. Sometimes I'll use it. So I'll create one group. That's one. Yeah, somebody said, what is the answer? Which option you said?
C bits.
C bit. Okay, fine. You want to tell how to do it?
Sir, actually I took them as two equations and I solved them.
Yeah, that's very good. That's excellent. You can call equation 1, equation 2 and eliminate A, you will get B. So A minus 2B is 1 minus 2, 3, 0. And 2A minus 3B is minus 3, 3, 1, minus 2. This is equation 1, this is equation 2. If you want B, you have to eliminate A. I think like a simple linear equation. Multiply this with 2 and subtract this, you will get A. So I am going to do equation 2 minus 2 times equation 1. That is 2A minus 3B minus 2 times A minus 2B. And here minus 3, 3, 1, minus 1. Yeah. They gave you these two. They wanted B. So I'm eliminating A so that I'll get B. I have to multiply 2 and eliminate A. Okay. So this minus 2 times of this first equation is 1 minus 2, 3, 0. Okay. 2A will cancel. Minus 3B plus 4B. This is minus 3, 3, 1, minus 1. You can keep 2 inside. It will be 2, minus 4, 6, 0. One means you talked about addition, you did not talk about how to subtract two matrices. Same corresponding elements you can subtract. In fact, A minus B can be treated as A plus minus B. Multiply every element in B with minus 1 and then add to A. So if you talk about addition, you already talked about the subtraction also. Okay, so now 4B minus 3B is exactly B. Here minus 3 minus 2, which is minus 5. 3 plus 4 is 7. 1 minus 6, so I'll write that small. In the beginning, sometimes I have to write small steps because somebody may not understand. But over a time, I will not write a very small step. This is 3 minus 4, 1 minus 6, minus 1 minus 0. Minus 5, 7, minus 5, minus 2. Yeah, that is options. So those who completed can do the fifth question. M into in bracket something is there. Anybody want to tell what is this fifth question? Is there any matrix here? If it is there, what is the order?
So is it 1 by 2?
Yes, it is 1 by 2 matrix. Correct. Super. Minus 3 is one element, 4 is separate element. 4 is one element, minus 3 is separate element. 10 and minus 11 not some separate element. Okay. M times a matrix with the two elements minus 3 and 4. N times there is a matrix with two elements 4 and minus 3 and 10 and minus 11. So wanted 3m plus 7. Okay. This question is fairly simple. First multiply m inside, scalar multiplication, minus 3m and 4m. Multiply this n inside, you will get 4n minus 3n and 10 minus 11. Now how to add two matrices? Add the corresponding elements. Third question, I think it's clear. I can arrange part of it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, corresponding elements here. Minus 3m plus 4n. Corresponding elements here. 4m minus 3n. 10
Is the answer 1?
Maybe. I don't know. I did not check it. I think it looks like 1. Let us equate these two. Minus 3m plus 4n equal to 10. Equate these two. 4m minus 3n equal to minus 11. Either you can solve these two and then find m and n value, or directly add them or subtract them. One of them is easy. What is it they want? They want 3m plus 7m. So to find m and n. Okay. 3m plus 7m. They want that. So everybody finished third question? Anybody has any doubt about third question or you need time to copy?
No, sir. We finished it.
Okay. So you just solve these to find m and n. Okay. This will stop the discussion.
Sir, m is minus 2 and n is 1.
Okay. I think the solving part you can take care. Can you repeat that? M equal to?
Minus 2, sir.
Minus 2.
Minus 2
Okay.
and n is 1. N is 1.
Okay. All of you know how to solve two linear equations. Eliminate n, you will get m. Eliminate m, you will get n. Now 3m plus 7n. 3 into minus 2 plus 7 into 1. Minus 6 plus 7 equal to 1. Yes, somebody said 1 in the beginning. Yeah, so these are simple questions. As I said, I don't know to tell this simple question, but just to become familiar with the language of this. So now, what you have to do, today's homework is, class notes is separate, where you are writing these odd numbers. In IP homework book, in Telugu Academy textbook, matrices chapter 1A exercise, the first exercise in matrix and determinant, you have to do it. I'll also put a note in the group once again about this detail. Next, in mains material, even numbers, at least 2, 4, 6 or something like that, which are related to addition, you have to do in mains objective homework book. I said there's one separate book for objective homework book, right? In that. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Multiplication we will discuss in Monday's class. Then I'll give you details at that time. So please copy this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.